guys, and today I will be telling you my thoughts on the Super Bowl 50 commercials. Not the Super Bowl 50, the just commercials of Super Bowl 50 while they're, well, I guess like when they're just taking breaks from playing games, and well, they're just advertisements, I should say. It's the advertisements of Super Bowl 50. So yeah, and I will be telling you my thoughts on it. And to give you a head start, usually every year, the Super Bowl has, like, I guess it's like, I don't know how long this tradition has been going, but like lots of companies have been like making new commercials for like a few $1 million just to put on a Super Bowl and make it funny. They can make it like charming, they can make it dark, and that's a bad way actually, don't go that route. And they can just go any mood, but the main one is like charming and funny, and the dark mood is probably the worst one out of all of them. So yeah, if you don't know about Super Bowl 50 commercials, there's a head start, because I don't know, I don't think you wouldn't know about that, because everybody would know about that. But that's just for if you don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah. Last year I was going to make a video on my thoughts of Super Bowl 49's commercials, but that's a little too late, and I just never really felt like doing it last year. So I guess I'll just tell you my thoughts on Super Bowl 49's commercials now, and then do Super Bowl 50's commercials. Super Bowl 49's commercials were awful. They were all dark, gritty, and mean, and just dumb. Like, there was this one, like, commercial when it's advertising insurance. It's like talking about like a dead kid, and like, whoa, you're talking about a dead kid in like a Super Bowl commercial? Because this is the Super Bowl. This is when you need to be screaming, not actually getting down into the dramatic parts of life. It was just so bad and dumb. So, and like most of the commercials were just so dark and gritty. What I mean by that is like they were so serious. I shouldn't say dark and gritty anymore. That doesn't really describe it. Instead, they were serious, and they're like, okay, you have to be serious about your health. Even though like people are eating a bag of Doritos and saying, whoa, I don't want to learn about this. And even though you should learn about that, and like, I don't know, like after the Super Bowl or even before the Super Bowl, you shouldn't be learning that during the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is when you get excited. So I guess that's all I have to say about Super Bowl 49. And since this video is mainly about Super Bowl 50, I'll just talk about Super Bowl 50's commercials. Why did I just say this video is mainly about Super Bowl 50? It's actually Super Bowl 50's commercials. But let's just get on my thoughts on the Super Bowl 50 commercials. This year, the commercials were a lot better than last year. It's like that companies and businesses learned that their commercials on the Super Bowl cannot be serious. They have to be charming in a way or funny. And it did fine. This year was fine. It was a big improvement of last year. That's all I can say. It was a lot better than last year, but it was fine. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like the worst year. It was just fine. Like, I mean, there were a lot better Super Bowl commercials back then. Like, there used to be like a ton of like great Super Bowl commercials at a time in the Super Bowl, but this one's fun. It has good commercials or okay commercials. It's not bad. But like the only problem I have with these commercials is that it's not that serious. I mean, all of them are charming, or almost all of them I should say, is charming and funny. So I guess they did good on that, most of them. But some of them, why did they have to spend millions of dollars just making this simple commercial that's only going to give a chuckle? This is my problem about this year. It's just the commercials don't have that much effort if you're gonna put like $4 million or more dollars in it. I mean, the commercials are not bad, they're good. But I don't get why the companies are just gonna spend like tons of millions dollars just to make this simple commercial that's just gonna give you a chuckle. That's what made me mad this year. It's just, I mean, the commercials were bad. It was fine, but I kind of feel like they should have spent more effort if they were going to spend millions of dollars. And I'm talking about the companies and business. Like, they could have spent so much effort if they're going to put like millions of dollars into it. You're like, well, they're businesses or companies. They have a ton of $1 million. They have like $1 billion maybe. I agree with you, but they could use that money for like if they like whatever they are. Like for example, Coca-Cola. They could use that money for like Coca-Cola delivery trucks. They could use it like I guess like they could use it. They could use it many reasons. They could actually donate some money to charity. They could do a ton of routes. I don't even know how to say that word. But they could just go a lot of paths into like using that money. And they're using millions of dollars of just making a Super Bowl commercial that's gonna give a chuckle. Well, you're like, well, this is Coca-Cola. They have one of the best ones. Yeah, they did. They had like the Ant-Man and Hulk one. Actually, that was one of the best ones. And I could tell that they spent a lot of effort in that. So thank you, but I'm just using it as an example. I'm just using Coca-Cola as an example. So I could just kind of give you a more easy example. But yeah, Coca-Cola did have one of the best commercials this year. So, So, yeah, that's like my main issue. The company or businesses are just spending like millions of dollars when they could be using that money for something else, like for whatever they're doing. Like if it's just, like whatever they're doing, they could just use that money for something. And they could donate it to charity, they could use it for their work, they could use what they need to use with it. And it's odd because they're spending like millions of dollars on just making a commercial that's gonna make like people laugh. That's all. But I mean, if the companies really want to do that, it's fine. I don't mind. It just kind of distracts me because they kind of need to use it, but I mean, I don't know how many money those companies have. They could have like billions of dollars. They could have $1 trillion. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm just like, so don't think I'm like one of those little kids like oh my gosh, like, they're gonna have $1 trillion. No, I'm not gonna be like one of those. No. I'm just being sarcastic. So don't put a hate comment down in the description below. No. In the description. Why am I saying every word wrong? Okay. One thing I need to talk about, which this is not really, like I just want to tell you my thoughts on this. This is not really like a bad thing, or it's kind of actually a good thing. The only serious commercials they need to put in the Super Bowl, like during the Super Bowl commercial, is the U.S. Army commercials. They're the only ones. Just because, well, there's actually people fighting, there's actually people dying, so they could do like join the army and help America. So that's like the only thing I really think that's like the only commercial that should actually be serious during the Super Bowl. And it should be a commercial in the Super Bowl. To me it is, and it's the only serious one. Because to me, like last year they had like this dying kid Super Bowl, and it was actually from the insurance company. Like the commercial about the dying kid was from the insurance company Nationwide, and I was like, Nationwide, you shouldn't be doing this. Look at Geico. They're making insurance commercials. I mean, do this commercial like somewhere else after the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is a fun time. And do something just like Geico's commercials so you can actually make it funny. So the only commercial that needs to be serious during the Super Bowl and has or should be in the Super Bowl, like it needs to be in the Super Bowl, is just the U.S. Army commercials about joining the Army. You might disagree because you're like, whoa, that's just a serious commercial. I know, but I don't care how much you disagree. It's just my opinion or my thoughts. So yeah, thank you for watching me explain my thoughts on the commercials of Super Bowl 50. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I messed up some words, and I'm sorry if you're like, whoa, a little kid's doing like all this work. Like he's doing like, oh my gosh, all this work, like he shouldn't be doing this. I don't care if you think that. Just I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and boy.